Hi, I'm Dan McLellan, your Chargers CBS Sports Rapid Reporter. This is the Rapid Report Recap Show, where I take a look at a few of my reports during the week, break them down, and give you some information going into this week's game, where the Chargers host the Miami Dolphins, who are 0-3. Like last week against the Chiefs, the Chargers may have some difficulties with a team who has not won a game. Here's a look at a few of the reports at why the Chargers may have some difficulties against the Dolphins.
Running back Mike Tolbert may get the bulk of the running responsibilities against Miami because running back Ryan Matthews has not practiced this week. "We are lucky," Coach Norv Turner said. "We have the two of them. Michael is an awfully good player, so is Ryan. We are going to do what is best in terms of how it fits the Dolphins' defense."
Running backs Mike Tolbert and Ryan Matthews are a perfect example of why this is a week-by-week league. Tolbert had 3 touchdowns against the Vikings in the season opener, 2 rushing, 1 receiving, and then struggled against the Patriots. He failed to convert a 4th and goal from the half-yard line, which turned the ball over to New England, and then fumbled later in the game, which really probably cost the Chargers a win there. He came out of that game with a sore calf and missed a few practices. This opened the door for Ryan Matthews to get a lot of reps during the week. Matthews cashed that in for 2 touchdowns last week against the Chiefs. But Matthews came out of that game with a sore foot and has not practiced either Wednesday or Thursday. Coach Norv Turner said that he'll likely practice on Friday. But all of this kind of reopens the door for Mike Tolbert to have a big week against the Dolphins. So I really look for Tolbert to carry the load against Miami this week, but the bigger news here is it may not be a balanced attack with Matthews and Tolbert because Matthews has missed practice.
Inside linebacker Takeo Spikes said stopping Miami's running game is the #1 goal of the defense against the Dolphins. "That is the #1 thing," Spikes said. "If you don't stop the run, then you don't have a chance to stop anything else." Miami is 7th in the league rushing the ball and has averaged 129.7 yards per game.
If San Diego's going to squish the fish, then they're going to have to stop their running game. So far, the Dolphins have averaged 129.7 yards per game. That's 7th best in the NFL. And they've done it off the legs of their rookie, Daniel Thomas, who has 202 yards of rushing so far this season. Thomas is a lot like Michael Tolbert. Big guy, kind of like a bowling ball, hard to bring down. This doesn't mean that the Chargers can overlook Reggie Bush, who only has 69 yards of rushing so far. This is Bush's first game as professional against the Chargers, and believe me, he wants to make a big impression. Bush's father was a security guard for the Chargers growing up, and he used to go to a lot of games, and admit it, he was a big fan of the Chargers. He has a lot of family and friends still here in San Diego, and he told me he comes down here often just for the Mexican food. So don't rule out Reggie Bush. I have a feeling Miami Dolphins are going to find a way to get Bush factored into this game.
Quarterback Philip Rivers has no pass completions for greater than 40 yards this season and has averaged just 7.8 yards per completion. Rivers, however, does have 14 completions that have gone for more than 20 yards. This Sunday, Rivers faces the Dolphins, who are ranked 30th defending the pass. Miami has given up 3 pass plays for over 40 yards and 14 completions for over 20 yards.
By Philip Rivers' own admission, he's gotten off to a slow start this season. He's thrown 2 interceptions in each of the first 3 games. That's the first time in his career that he has thrown interceptions, 2 interceptions in 3 consecutive games. However, he still has not thrown 3 interceptions in any single game in his career. The biggest stat really to look at is his yards per completion, which is only 7.8 so far this season. In each of the last 3 seasons, he has averaged over 8 yards per completions. Rivers believes the reason why the stat is lower this year is that the safeties are playing way back, taking away the big play. He has no completions for over 40 yards so far. However, he does have 14 completions for over 20 yards. Looking at Miami's defense, maybe there's an opportunity for Rivers to have a big game. Miami has a 30th ranked pass defense in the NFL. They've allowed 3 plays for over 40 yards and 14 plays for over 20 yards. Coach Norv Turner says not so fast, however, because the Dolphins played New England in the first week of the season, and Tom Brady threw over for 500 yards against them, and that's really skewed the numbers. You take away that number right there, and Miami's only allowed a little over 200 yards in each of the subsequent games. Nevertheless, if Philip Rivers can avoid the interception, he may have an opportunity to have a big game against the Dolphins and finally get some big plays down the field. He may be missing Vincent Jackson, who's had a sore abdomen and has missed practice on Wednesday and Thursday, although Coach Norv Turner seemed to indicate that Jackson would be able to go. He likely will miss Floyd again this week with a sore groin, who has not practiced, which may open the door for Patrick Creighton. We may even see a little impact from Vincent Brown, and don't forget Brian Walters over the middle. Before I leave you, I wanted to share one very positive event that happened this week. Quarterback Philip Rivers and cornerback Quentin dedicated Field of Hope to the San Pasqual Academy. It's a brand new football field for a school that sure needed it. San Pasqual Academy is a unique live-in high school for foster children who had to play all their games on the road because they didn't have a football field until Jammer and Rivers got involved and made it happen. Here's a few highlights from the dedication of the field. You go in and starting a foundation with an idea, but how much has it just touched your lives because of being involved with these children's lives?
Yeah, I think you have an idea. You know the stories. You know they're there, and you know they exist. And when it's a statistic or on paper, it doesn't quite have the impact until you meet them and see that these are real kids. These are real, 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. They're real 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are. That again, by no fault of their own, have had a tough upbringing, had a tough childhood, and that's why the Rivers of Hope, the name is so special to me. Is it's about giving them hope. They know not necessarily me. All these people that are here that had a hand in it, they know that they care. These kids know somebody cares. Somebody cares about us. They built a football field out here, and that's important for anybody. All of us. I want to know that people care about me. Everybody wants to be cared for, and have somebody care about them. And I think this shows that, and these kids appreciate it.
Quentin, I've seen this firsthand, even at your Jamming Under the Stars event. This is not just about contributing to a cause. It's about building relationships and the love and the bond. How has this impacted your life and Alicia's life?
It's definitely impacted our lives in a way that, we never thought possible. The reason we do it is to give back and inspire, and they've inspired us. We've come out and saw the spirit in these kids, and they've definitely inspired us to go on and do a lot more with our foundation and for them, because we've built relationships with the kids, and we actually we tell the kids all the time we've adopted the campus. This is, we have 142 kids, plus our 3. So but they've definitely inspired us to go out and be great and do great things.
Once again, I'm Dan McLellan, your Chargers CBS Sports Rapid Reporter. Please visit CBS Sports every single day for your latest Chargers information. Also, please subscribe to this YouTube account so you'll get weekly updates. Next week, the Chargers will be taking on the Denver Broncos.